Hi, this is Stephen Pierce, and I want to welcome you to The Power to Create Wealth. In this series of free coaching videos, we're going to give you some very specific strategic action items and strategic insights that you'll be able to take and apply to your business online or offline that will give you a strategic edge so that you can experience greater profits in your business. Now, whether you're a beginning marketer or you're a veteran marketer, I'm absolutely certain that as you go through these series of videos, you're going to find a lot of nuggets that you'll be able to take and benefit from. Now, before we get into some of the more specific things you can do in your business, I want to start this series off with something we call marketing momentum. And the reason I want to do that is because before profits can happen, you have to take action. And that seems to be a lot of people's problem. We kind of know what to do, but we don't do what it is we know. It's kind of like this big gap, and that gap is knowing what to do and doing what we know. And if we don't do what it is we know, then we're not going to be able to experience those kind of profits that we actually want to get in our business. So when I talk about marketing momentum, I want to give you a good illustration that will kind of demonstrate what it is that I'm talking about. Now, you're pretty much familiar with football, right? When you think about it, at the beginning of the football season, what is every team's objective? To win the Super Bowl, pretty much, right? Well, how do you win the Super Bowl? Well, you first have to get there and be given the opportunity to win the Super Bowl, right? Well, how do you get to the Super Bowl, though? Well, you have to win the playoffs, right? Well, how do you get to the playoffs? You have to win enough regular season games, right? Well, how do you win enough regular season games? Well, you need to score more points in each individual game, more points than your opponent, so that you can win and then win enough games that can get you to the playoffs, that can give you the opportunity to get to the Super Bowl so you can win the big show. But how do you win just one single game? You have to outscore your opponent. Well, how do you outscore your opponent? You have to score some points. Well, how do you score some points? You have to move the ball downfield. Well, how do you move the ball downfield? Well, you have to get some first downs. And how do you get the first downs? You have to grind out some yardage. And how do you grind out yardage? You have to have a playbook that you use, that you're going to follow, that's going to tell you what plays to run at what specific times so that you can get that yardage. And that's what it's all about if you think about it. If you want to win the big show, if you want to reach that objective that you've set, you have to work all the way backwards and find out what are the little things that you can do that's going to give you that momentum, that's going to carry you forward so that you can get to those bigger things that you want to get to. We call those setting momentum objectives. And what that means is, you know what, it's much easier to grind out 5 yardage at a time than it is to sit and try to throw a touchdown pass like 50 or 70 yards down the field each time you have an opportunity with the ball. That's kind of more difficult, isn't it? And it's also very difficult to try to win the big show and win the whole thing all season in just one game. Unless that one game is the Super Bowl, you have to kind of pace yourself and understand that you need to win multiple games. And to do that, you need to have a strategy. And you have to be committed to doing very specific little things so that you can win at the big things. And that's what it's all about when we talk about setting momentum objectives and getting marketing momentum. You know, there's just so many different things you can do online as far as marketing your business goes. Sometimes it can be rather overwhelming and confusing, and I know that. So the thing is, make a list of all the different things you can do to market your business. The expensive things, the low-cost things, the free things, make a list of everything. And then just look at that list and then ask yourself, what's the easiest thing to do first? Not necessarily the most effective thing, but what's the easiest thing that you can do? And do that one thing, because that's going to get you going, and that's going to help you to start to build the momentum that you need to be consistent and be congruent in your actions so that you can start to get to the things that are a little bit more difficult, but also may be more effective in your business. Because remember, for many of us, it's not about anything more than just getting it going. You know what? And once you get it going and you start to get that momentum and the momentum is with you, you're going to see huge benefits being returned to you as a result of you applying the different strategic insights that we're going to give you in this series of The Power to Create Profits. So what are we committed to? We're committed to, throughout this series, taking very specific actions in your business so that you can reap the rewards of the application of the processes that we're going to share with you. So first thing, get the momentum. Develop marketing momentum. Even in your business right now, before we go through all these videos, regardless, take a look at everything you can do in your business. Make that list. Look at the easy things, the hard things, the expensive things, the low-cost things, the free things, and do the easy things first. Move the movable, and be committed to building the momentum that you need so that you can use the strategies that we're going to provide for you. All right? So this is your first video. We're going to be giving you a whole bunch of content throughout these videos. So until next time, this is Stephen Pierce, and I want you to know that you do have the power to create profits.